The second suspect in the slaying of a beloved American Red Cross worker has now been formally charged. The St. Clair County Sheriff's Office Thursday night announced a murder warrant against 20-year-old Andray LaQuarn Pope Jr. Authorities previously charged 34-year-old Charles Lawrence Grimmett. Both men are from the Birmingham area and are charged in the slaying of 67-year-old Brian Shaw, who was shot to death Tuesday, May 25, at his Odenville home. Grimmett was captured shortly after Shaw's killing. Pope turned himself in Friday night on unrelated charges and was released on bond. The murder warrant was issued against him Thursday. The shooting happened at Shaw's Ladonna drive home in Odenville. According to friends and family, Shaw was in the three-bay, industrial-style garage behind his home working on one of his cars. He loved to buy and sell cars, take them apart and rebuild them. Most recently he had bought Babe, the 2002 convertible Camaro that had logged only 16,000 miles. It was shortly before 8 p.m. when his neighbors heard what sounded like gunfire. They heard, "Pop pop," and his wife said, "That sounded like gunfire," said Shaw's sister, Carole Tatum. He came out of his house and saw Brian laying there and told his wife to call 911. He grabbed his shotgun and went back outside. Shaw was pronounced dead at his home within 30 minutes of the shooting. One suspect, Grimmett, was running down the street. The second, Pope, had driven off as soon as the neighbor appeared brandishing a long gun. Authorities have not publicly released a motive in his slaying, but friends and family believe he was targeted for robbery. It is not believed that Shaw knew the suspects. Shaw's death was a blow to his family, many friends and co-workers. Originally from Canada, Shaw and his family eventually ended up in Birmingham via Florida, where Shaw graduated from Homewood High School and went on to study computers at a trade school. He lost 2 wives and his 12-year-old son to cancer, but those closest to him said he didn't let his tragedies deter him in bringing joy to others. When he retired from computer work, he became a handyman of sorts, traveling all over the country to help with a deck, or a kitchen, or a whole house. He bought a van and outfitted it with a bed and electricity. Friends called it the Hippy van. He often spent time with his Canadian friends who wintered in Florida, and he regularly housesat for friends in New Mexico. He visited about 47 states, and often posted pictures of his travels. He had friends everywhere, and he'd just go visit them and he'd be gone 2 or 3 weeks, Tatum said. He was always on the go. He had a zest for life. He had a lot of tragedy in his life, beginning with his mom dying when he was young, but that's just who Brian was, said best friend Kay Channell. He's going to pick it up and move on down the road. He was the very best man you could meet.